bandits. You've got two options. Shehu tells Buhari government as ISWAP releases threatening video. Shehu, a former Kaduna Central senator, has reacted to the video of terrorist group ISWAP assaulting the remaining passengers abducted from the Kaduna-Abuja train. Sani, in a series of tweets via his Twitter handle on Sunday, told the federal government that it should either free the remaining abducted passengers or negotiate their release. Daily Post reports that some terrorists kidnapped over 60 passengers from the Abuja-Kaduna bound train on March 28th. Since the abduction, some of those abducted have been released, while some others are still being held captive by the terrorists. However, in a video at the weekend, in a viral video, the terrorists were seen flogging the remaining captives. The video clip of the torture of Kaduna-bound train hostages followed the same pattern of the Federal College of Greek Mechanization Kaduna. The difference was that women were spared. They are sending a message. The options remains two: free them or negotiate for their release. There has never been any successful rescue operations for most mass kidnappings of students, farmers, or passengers in Kaduna, other than ransom payments by families. That is why the terrorists in the video called the committee set up by the government as tea drinking community or committee. When terrorists post video clips of torture of their victims, they are waging a psychological war to bring attention to their demands. We don't have a thick forest in the northwest to warrant 4 months of this ordeal. Time is of essence for the government to act now, he wrote. Wow. The thing is, negotiating should be out of the question. We've negotiated for so long, and this is why they'd have the confidence, because they never face the consequence of their actions. There is no way a government in the same area of jurisdiction of the constitution that puts them at the responsibility that should have the funding to protect its citizens because it is their duty. You cannot be negotiating with criminals. I mean, did the bandits not come out the other day saying that the 60 million naira given to them, they used it to buy arms? So this indirectly makes the government a sponsor of these terrorists, because you make them function by giving them the capacity to get stronger, get more arms, and continue attacks. So in this case, you want to negotiate with people that you're meant to exert power over, to make them know the real power in the country. Because now when you negotiate, you shift the power balance. You start to give them, they shouldn't have the opportunity to negotiate. In fact, they should be very afraid of what the government will do to them. But they're not, because for the past how many years, 6 or 7 years, the government has made them so comfortable. Because if that kind of a thing should be happening in the south, not that it would, God forbid, but if it did, I mean, the whole country would be upside down, because the people will not sit down and allow. I mean, you can even see with herdsmen crisis, when it was intense, so many vigilante groups out of regions were established, and what did the government do? Nothing. The worst, I'd say, I was going to say the worst sort of event that has happened in the last 3-4 years in the south, I can say, okay, fine, it's of a big magnitude, was NSARS, but then we have the Owo killing, and then we also have, there's a market massacre as well, and obviously the Lekki Tollgate massacre. So, I mean, these are situations whereby, as much as we did bring lights to them, nothing did happen to the government, because there's nothing to hold them accountable. Hence why these elections are very important, and we need to ask whoever your candidate is, how will you approach situations like this in tackling insecurity? Because if you're going to negotiate, please don't be, personally, I think, don't even get there. If you're not going to be smart, strategic, or tactical about it, in a way where you can also show that you are the more powerful party or more powerful side, Please don't get there. Don't worry, I won't vote for you. Because this is the situation under the APC, the current ruling party, and then you have Tinubu, who is under this party, who personally I don't think will have the capacity to fight insecurity. What is he going to do? I mean, I don't think he is in the best position to try and, I guess, save this country. The reasons why he shouldn't be president are there's too much. They override, they suppress, they are overwhelming as to reasons he should be. Because why should he? What does he have? What can he do? Can he represent? He and the past is the past and will not be irrelevant. I'm sure that there are so many things he's done that would instantly disqualify him from the race. If you want somebody like Tinubu to help you fight, well, I don't know. But again, campaigns are coming soon, and I think these are questions we need to ask every candidate. I mean, everyone, and they need to give us answers. Again, it's like a recruitment process. They have to give us answers that we are satisfied with. And if they give us answers that, okay, fine, good, answers our questions, we can also then say what we want as well. It's like you're employing somebody, you ask them questions, can you do the role, you test them. When they're in the role, there's their job description as well. So there's also, an allowance where we can give our expectations and say, this is what we expect for you because we're voting for you, we're putting you there. So this 1, 2, 3, whatever it is what is expected. Because talking is tiring. I'm tired of talking. Everyone is tired of talking. And for the fact that we're not even talking on updates, we're not talking about how to get these people down or new information on them. We are talking about negotiating with criminals, with terrorists. If that doesn't create a sense of urgency, I don't know what will. But we need to know how to tackle this, because attacks like this should not be repetitive. They should not have the confidence or the audacity to even film and then upload videos. Excuse me, in what jurisdiction, in what economy, in what constitution, in what land? What doesn't make sense? I mean, a move like that in a top world country, I mean, a first world country, I mean, we're talking, okay, fine. To be fair, their military forces, their security forces are on a different level than Nigeria's. But, if you're going to go against first world governments and their military, then you yourself must you know what you're in for. You know what is expected. You know how bad things can get. So you must be well prepared. But in this case, they don't care because they've been allowed to get away with it for so long, whereby there's so much evidence to suggest that the government itself, not directly tackling issues like this, makes them indirect sponsors. It is what it is, because if they were able to be assertive with the NSAS protest, shooting at unarmed civilians, I mean, with that much determination, within a few days, then they can surely protect their own country. Put what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.